child dreams of becoming something other than what society had intended? What if a child aspired to something greater?
My son
Was in the bus.
He saw what Clark did.
You're the answer, son. You're the answer to what's alone in the universe.
Can I just pretend I'm your son?
You are my son. I have to believe that you were sent here for a reason, and even if it takes the rest of your life, you move into yourself to find out what that reason is.
How do you find someone who has spent a lifetime covering his tracks? For some, he was a guardian angel. For others, a ghost. He never quite fit in.
We'll give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will rise behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was watching one of my favorite trailers. Since it's Saturday and since you're here, why not continue my tradition? I have 2 movies to review here, and let's do that. Okay, the first movie that we'll be reviewing, of course, will be 2006 Monster House. This is produced by Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg, and basically this story is about takes place in the suburbs, and it's about a boy named DJ. He lives, with his 2 parents, and he has a best friend named Chowder. And the basic story starts with, at the beginning of the movie, they show a little girl, riding down the block, and she makes the mistake of actually riding on a lawn, on somebody's lawn, a neighbor's DJ's lawn, and as soon as she rides on the lawn, the neighbor, Mr. Nutcracker, comes out and screams at her, saying, "What are you doing on my lawn? Get away!" And he actually grabs the bike from her and destroys it, and she runs away crying, of course. And of course, DJ is observing this from his room, and of course, he's, Mr. Nutcracker is famous for chasing kids off. He's, nobody goes on his lawn because he, like I say, he takes kids' balls, basketballs, baseballs, whatever goes on his lawn, or if they ride his bike, he takes their bikes and he scares them all away from his house. Okay, and one day when Chowder and DJ are playing basketball, and Chowder's basketball happens to go on Mr. Nutcracker's lawn, and DJ decides to sneak and grab it real quick. But of course, Mr. Nutcracker comes out and catches him, and in the midst of he screaming at DJ, he basically has a stroke and gets carried away. Okay, and then they discover when DJ's parents go away, he gets a babysitter. That's an older teenage girl and her stoner boyfriend who really basically, they ignore him, and while he's still observing Mr. Nutcracker, and then they see a young girl named Jenny. She's selling Girl Scout cookies door to door, and basically the house comes alive and basically attacks her. So Chowder and DJ run across the house, and they actually save her from the house. And the house is like a living thing, and it basically, they're trying to convince, DJ and Chowder and Jenny are trying to convince, the cops and the babysitter and her boyfriend that, this house is alive. Of course, nobody believes them, of course. And then, so basically the basic setup with this movie is them, those 3, Chowder, DJ, and Jenny, basically trying to destroy this house that's alive, that's, like I said, it's basically terrorizing the neighborhood. And so basically this movie is them trying to, thwart the house and destroy the house. Of course, nobody believing them. And it's a really good animated movie. This is one of these, not stop animation, it's motion capture movies where they have the actual human, voice actors. They actually have them in the suits, and they put the dots on their face, and they have them actually act out the movie, and then they film it, and then they go back later and put the animation on it. Okay, they have a good behind-the-scenes thing on this video, but this is a really good, nice, spooky atmosphere, especially the the things they make the house do, the way they have how the house come alive and breathe and spit fire and attack the kids. It's really, really beautiful to watch, and it's really good voice acting by the by the three young actors. And you have also who's in this besides. Let me give you the names of the actors so you know. Yeah, Mitchell Musso, he plays DJ. Then you have Sam Lerner, who plays his best friend Chowder, and then you have Spencer Locke as Jenny, and then you have Maggie Gyllenhaal as Z, the babysitter, and of course then you have Jason Lee as Bones, the boyfriend, and then you have Nick Cannon and Kevin James. They play the two cops that don't believe, that that the house is alive, and then you have John Hader. He has a friend of theirs, Reginald Skull. They call him Skull because he's constantly playing video games. And then you also have great voice work from Steve Buscemi. He plays the nasty neighbor, Mr. Nevercracker. Okay, he's really good, Steve Buscemi, with his voice. His voice is very distinctive. And anyway, then you have Catherine O'Hara and Fred Willard as the mom and dad of DJ. And like I said, the animation is great in this, and there's a twist that comes along in this story. About 3/4 of the way in, there's a twist that comes into that I don't want to spoil, but it's a good twist, and it makes you change your opinion about certain characters in this movie. And it's a really good animated movie, and I would definitely give this a 7 out of 10. I know there's a 3D version of this, so I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because it's really entertaining, and I like the way they animate the house, and have the house attacking the kids and stuff, and the kids trying to escape and figure out how to get rid of this house, this evil house, and it's really good, and it's funny, and it's great animation, and it's just a really good movie. Okay, now the next movie that I'm going to be reviewing is a movie called 9. Now this is produced by Tim Burton and Timur Bakken. I'm going to butcher this. Timur Mabato. He was the guy that directed Wanted. Okay, and this movie takes place in the post-apocalyptic future. I think that's the way you say that. And there's been a war. Man created these machines in this movie, and the machines basically took over and destroyed mankind. Okay, so in the beginning of this movie, a hand-stitched doll. You have this hand-stitched doll number 9. This one right here. He wakes up and quickly discovers that he's not alone. He discovers this world, and he's discovered that he's not alone. There's other creatures that have numbers on their back too. These stitched puppet dolls, just with different numbers, 1 through 9. He discovers those, and while he's exploring his world, he also finds out that he has a disc within his chest that has 3 symbols on it. And while they're exploring, they happen to run into this machine who properly steals the disc and then promptly starts attacking them, and it starts basically attacking all of these 9 hand-stitched dolls, and basically the rest of the movie is these hand-stitched dolls basically trying to escape from this this machine that's basically trying to wipe them out, and them trying to find out what their purpose is in this, what their purpose is. Okay, and you have, like I said, you have 9 different one of these creatures, and they all have distinctive personalities and stuff. And it's a really dark movie. This is not a movie for kids because there's a lot of violence in this movie, and the animation is absolutely beautiful and breathtaking in this. But this is not a movie for little kids, okay? Because it's a lot of, like I said, it takes place in the future with machines which basically wiped out mankind, and you see them trying to wipe out these dolls in really violent ways. It's not, they're not throwing rubber balls at them. They're, coming at them with blades and stuff, and there's a lot of death, and so this is a really serious movie. And you have great voice work in this movie, I think, by Christopher Plummer plays one of the characters. You have Elijah Wood, you have Jennifer Connelly, you have Martin Landau, John Riley, Crispin Glover, and just and there's also another twist in this movie which I don't want to spoil because I don't with these creatures when they try to find out what their purpose is, and then that gets revealed later in the movie, and that's the twist I think that comes in later, which I don't want to spoil. Okay, but like I said, this is a really intense movie, and it's not for little kids. I mean, little kids may see that thing and say, "Oh, this is cute," but no, this is not cute. This is kind of a dark movie. Like I said, it takes place in the future where mankind has been wiped out, and these creatures are basically being hunted by this thing. Once it has that symbol, you know, that three-sided disc that they basically it stole from this character, this puppet number 9, and it's basically, you know, hunting them down, and it's basically their efforts to try to get away and survive, and basically trying to find out, you know, especially number 9, he's the brave one, and he's trying to find out what his purpose is in life and why he was created, and it's a really good movie, really dark, but it's entertaining, and I would give this a 7 out of 10 also as well. Okay, not perfect. I think this movie is a little dark, and it's a little long. It's only about 90-something minutes. Okay, and it's really intense. Okay, the plot sometimes, you know, it takes a while for the plot to, you know, everything gets laid out. But once it gets laid out, then you know, and then it works for me. So that, definitely give this a 7 out of 10. So those are my 2 reviews for Monster House. Really entertaining. This one definitely recommend for little kids, and it takes place also during Halloween, which is another great thing. And it definitely give this a 7 out of 10. Really entertaining, and the 3 kids, you know, to do the voice of the little kids are really good, and Steve Buscemi, great voice work in this, and like I said, there's a twist in there with involving the house, which is really, like I said before, appearances can be deceiving. Just keep that in mind when you watch this, and it's really good. I give this a 7 out of 10, and also 9, definitely not recommended for little kids. I would say maybe teenagers and up, because, you know, this movie might give little kids nightmares because of the, like I said, the intense action, because these creatures are being hunted by these machines, and basically, you know, they're being hunted, and it's intense. But the animation is absolutely beautiful and breathtaking in this. Okay, and graceful voice work by the actors and stuff. Okay, so I'll definitely give this a 7 out of 10 as well. Okay, so that's my review. Let me know what you think of those 2 titles. Feel free to leave comments down below. And I'm going to go back to watching my favorite trailer here. Let's see. For this movie, I can't wait till this comes out in June. I think your son is safe. I will find him! Follow the lead. Where it really was. They reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
What's the answer?
It's not an S. My world, it means hope.
Well, here it's
It's an S.
S. How
How
about
about super?